going on, y'all? It's your boy Matt, back with another car ride reaction. Just walked out of AMC, and today we're gonna do Mickey17, directed by what's this guy's name again? It's the guy that did Parasite, Bong Joon-Ho. So I've never seen Parasite, but a lot of my friends that are really into movies, they say that's one of the better ones I've ever seen. So I was excited to see this one. I like Pattinson a lot, Robert Pattinson. I like Steven Yeun. There's a really good cast for this movie. Concept looked interesting. I'm actually gonna start there because, like, we live in a world where there's a lot of recycled media and just rebooting and, you know, nostalgia driven stuff. It's really nice when a movie drops that's a really unique concept or something you haven't seen before. And that is the number one thing I'll say about this movie. I've not seen a movie quite like it. Concept wise, it was real unique. Tone wise, it was just real different. I really enjoyed it though. Like, it was very different. At points it was even kind of weird, but I really enjoyed it. Without giving away like spoilers or anything like that, like, it's a movie that definitely will make you think at points. If you've seen the trailers, you know there's kind of a clone duality concept to it, and just without being like real in your face about it, a lot of those like concepts made you think. Like, at the beginning of the movie, they even have kind of gives you a rundown of when this technology became available to the public, and kind of the moral and political debates that came with like that technology and what it meant. So that stuff was really interesting and kept me like pretty captivated the whole way through. I gotta kind of sit with this one, but like, this is Car Ride Reactions, so walking out of the theater, I feel like I want to give that one maybe 8 out of 10. Not a perfect movie, but a pretty good one. Just like I said, parts that were kind of weird. In fact, like, when I was walking out of the theater, there was a family sitting there, and the guy, he was like the dad, he said to the family, he goes, "So was that movie excellent, or was it just kind of like, you know, solid?" And that's basically exactly how I feel. It's like, part of me was like, wow, that was really creative, really different, something I really enjoyed. And part of me was like, maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit just walking out. But I'll get into like a little bit of like spoilers now. So, you know, if you haven't seen the movie yet, now would be the time to turn off, or to skip to the end for my best trailer answer. But spoilers coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so to me, the weirdest part of this movie was there's I don't even want to call it a subplot because it's a pretty major plot line. So the reason that Mickey17 is the name of the movie is the main character is the 17th copy of Mickey, who is in this program that is the expendable program, and basically his life is not important. He just does jobs that are basically suicide missions, or they'll use him to like test, or use him as like a human guinea pig or crash test dummy, just to make sure the people that they can't copy or reboot, because like I said, there's like these ethical parameters involved. It's not like anyone can do this. In fact, on the spaceship he's on, he's the only person in this program. They really kind of limit who does it. So like, the reason he's the main character is they think he dies in a mission or a job he's doing, and they print a new copy, but he actually lived because these alien creature things, or like the inhabitants of the planet they're on, save him. And once that plot line enters the movie, it gets just really out there and goofy. It narratively works because those creatures are, them saving him is kind of what causes the movie to, like, the plot of the movie to take off. Because, you know, another spoiler here, obviously, in the spoiler section is, even though it's kind of questionable if this technology is something they should be using or not, it's 100% agreed upon there shouldn't be multiples. And one of the most interesting parts to me was one of the guys who, in the lore of the movie, one of the guys who's the head of this technology, he made like 2 copies of himself, or he made a copy of himself, and then one of them committed a murder, and the other option, or the other version of himself had like the perfect alibi. And it created this really interesting, like, you know, do they both go to jail? Does one go to jail? Which one did it? Like, what, it created all these legal, political, religious too, like debates about what was happening. And then I think they even found out it was actually a third copy he made of himself that was actually the one. So that was like a really quick, like, side part of the story. But the multiples was really like the biggest part. The fact that now there was a copy, there was a Mickey17 and a Mickey18 was the main, I guess, conflict of the movie, because that was the big no-no of everything that was going on. So, again, like, you know, that all happened because the aliens were there to, like, save him, and it narratively worked. It just, you have a couple moments in the movie, at least for me personally, where I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm enjoying this, but I definitely don't know exactly what I'm watching. But cast, real quick, want to give them a shout out. Great job. Pattinson, man, like, the more I see Robert Pattinson stuff, who, sidebar, is the best Batman, argue with your mama about it. Not the best Bruce Wayne, but the best Batman. He's just a great actor, man. Like, for those who don't know, my first job was working at a movie theater. And like the second weekend I worked there, the second Twilight movie came out, and that was absolute hell to work that night. And I did not like Robert Pattinson from the jump as an actor, because I was so biased against those Twilight movies, just because my experience working at the movie theaters then. But man, over the years, I've like really learned to like Robert Pattinson as an actor. And, you know, he gets a chance to flex a little bit in this one, because he gets to play, you know, a couple different copies of himself, or act with himself in a scene, which I can't imagine is easy, because, you know, you're really you're basically acting the same scene twice. Steven Yeun, or Yun, I'm not sure how you say his last name, but Glenn from Breaking Bad, or if you watch Invincible, Mark from Invincible. And man, it's so funny. Every time I hear his voice now, man, all I can hear is him in Invincible. So great job. And then my favorite character in the movie, I'm not sure her name, but Nasha was the character's name. I'm not sure the actress's name. I should look it up. But she was probably my favorite character in the movie. She was a good actor. Good job. But anyway, y'all, yeah, I'm back at the crib now, so that'll wrap up my conclusion. I'm still kind of getting, you know, my feet wet with these videos. If y'all have anything, like, suggestions on how to make them better, or anything that you think would be some good feedback, appreciate a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And, you know, just like last time, last thing before we go, is there was what trailer interested me the most was, this time there was one with, I wrote this down because I knew I was going to forget, Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's got Jenna Ortega in The Weeknd and Barry Keoghan in it. And I'm not even really sure what that was about from the trailer, but that shit looked good. I'm going to be in there for that one. So anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. We'll be back sometime in the next few weeks. Not sure what movie's next, but stay tuned.